Good morning, folks. Welcome to Genshin Thursday, and the first stream where I am an affiliate. Now, what that means is that there's new functionality to my stream, which is mainly ads, it seems like, although there's some other goal things that I don't think are going to get in the way. But there is ads now that I can't turn off. I guess once you're a certain sized streamer, they're like, okay, it's costing us money, so now you can make us money. But I do think I have it set up where those should not run when you first come in. And indeed, they will instead run during like an ad break, like every hour or so. So I think that will work well, because then we can do the bathroom. We could do Tama care. And then be back and ready for more gameplay. Do hope everyone is doing well. I'm just getting all my pages set up. Let's see. We gotta mute this tab. We gotta open another tab. Not that you can see any of this. Oh, I didn't mute Discord. Sorry about that, folks. That's me. And we'll mute this tab, and we will be ready to go. We are doing Genshin Impact today, because it is Genshin Thursday. And we will start letting this load up. I know it's gonna flashbang you with a big white thing when it's done, and I apologize for that. Good morning, Ninny Pyum! We are affiliate now! Ah! Well, for some reason it's decided my controller doesn't exist, so we have to wait for the game to boot up before I can control it with the controller. Hello, Photon. Thank you for coming in as well. So as I was mentioning to the stream before, I don't know if you heard Ninny Pyum, we made affiliate, but the thing to know about that is that I can't turn off ads entirely. So the option that I picked, which seemed like it would give us the least amount of ads overall, was every 60 minutes it will play 3 minutes of ads. So that's going to be the new bathroom break and the new whatever. You got an ad? It's supposed to not do ads on click. That's frustrating. I'm sorry. I thought the thing I picked said it like wouldn't run on click ads. Okay, Ninny Pyum didn't get it. Alright, well, hopefully it works out, because I thought I picked it such that people would not. Okay, why is controller not an option? My first affiliate stream, and I'm just having technical difficulties. That's very embarrassing. Alright, now do you see the controller? Good. Alright. Schedule bathroom breaks. Yeah, so we won't just like randomly need to use the restroom, hopefully. Let's see. But because of the ads, I want to be able to see my stream manager so that I can pause them if it's a bad time for one. So let me figure out how to get my stream manager up here. I'm so glad I bought the second screen. And I'm also glad that it was highly inexpensive, but you know. Alright. I don't know where the ad alerts are gonna pop up, but it's supposed to tell us. Like, give us a 5-minute warning when it's gonna go to ads, so let me know if you see that, please. And we shall go forth. Are we ready? Hopefully the answer is yes. I'm not waiting anymore. Wow, look at how many alerts I don't have on my screen. Have we ever turned on Genshin Impact and there's been so few things that I needed to look at? Actually, I guess there might be in the, like, button menu. In the button menu, there might be more that I need to look at. I tried to, like, change where my mic was set up today. In hopes that it would make it easier to, like, stand up But, and I mean, it did. It definitely did. It also ruined my audio quality because my face was no longer overly close to the microphone. We are being chased. I love the battle music, but we are gonna go clear menu alerts before we're gonna play the game. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is thank you for your support, and I'm sorry that there will now be ads. I was hoping to, like, be able to turn them off. Let's see, I don't remember why we'd be getting one there, but it's fine. I was hoping to, like, turn them off until, you know, we were hyper successful. But I guess that's not an option. They said you're successful enough, you need to start paying rent. So here we are. Photon says, I'm worth suffering through ads. Thank you. Because I admit, I struggle with ads a lot. I really don't like them. There used to be this one for like a food company, which I think I remember what it was, but obviously I don't like the ads, so I don't want to share what it was. There used to be this one for like a food or a restaurant or something on Twitch, and it just like kept zooming in on people's like mouths, and it was very creepy to me. I did not like that. And so like the idea of like that ad being on my stream does bother me a little bit. Okay. So first, do we need to heal? Yes, we do. So first we're going to heal, and then we'll take a look at where we are in progressing in the storyline. That's such a kind thing to say, honestly. You're worth suffering through ads. Which caught wind that this was a worthwhile place to be. Now they're gonna monetize it. Hello, Songville. Says she briefly exists in my local cosmos. And she greets Nini, Pion, and Photon. We have such a nice little group of people all hanging out. Alright, let's see. We're supposed to go back to the Jade Chamber, I think? I'm gonna make sure it's the right quest. Yes. Gone ahead, return to the worksite, and meet up with her. Alright. I honestly am not sure, like, how much revenue. I assume since I only get, like, 50% of it or something, or 30% of it, per ad. I imagine I get, like, 5 cents every ad that runs. I'll call my boss and say, like, hey, I'm quitting my job that actually pays rent because I now need to stream on Twitch 95 hours a week. And I still can't pay rent, but I'm gonna do it. Ninipion says, oh yeah, Shenhe carried that rock. Yeah, she just picked it up. It is pretty obvious that she is an Adeptus. Songwheel says, misread the objective as return to the Jade Chamber website. It sounds like a Neopets plot. Or like a plot objective for Neopets. They're building a new Jade Chamber here.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
I'm gonna turn down my computer just a tiny bit because I think that activated my mic. Alright, hopefully the next one won't backfeed. Sorry about that.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's gotta be one of those Adepti, surely.
100%.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations, this item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe, and Ningguang's little
so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plastrite specimen.
I
But
killed people for
I have to
this.
correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plastrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there. Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
Shenhua, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
I thought you were super
What
strong.
kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold her head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before.
Wow.
They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how Adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not.
Shenhe?
I'm sorry. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Photon says, girls start trauma dumping. You know, this is like that conversation we had yesterday. So hard to find the balance between being real and authentic and oversharing with people who should not be hearing stuff. Guest accommodations are far more comfortable than the wilderness.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
Songbell says she doesn't feel like Shenhe needs to worry about the dangers of the wilderness. No, probably not. I imagine that she could just, like, suplex them. Onwards to the hotel. The objective is bring her to a makeshift hotel to take a break. That just sounds like we're bringing her to, like, a hut somewhere. Not super flattering. Are we going back in town? Is this the hotel? Okay. You know, this is nice. Look at the flowers. Honestly, it would be really fun. I mean, I understand that, like, you actually need a lot of rocks or whatever, but I love these little piled walls to make terraces. I would like to live somewhere with a bunch of terraces. Bongo says, there needs to be a better phrase for this than makeshift hotel. Yeah. Like, it's the kind of thing where I'm like, I don't know, informal? I'm not sure. I feel like it was translated in a weird way.
Hi there. Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts.
Photon says, shack does seem negative. I don't think they called it a shack, thankfully.
So, Business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just at the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready.
Photon says she was trying to think of alternative words for makeshift hotel, and it was just shack that she thought of.
Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before.
Might have been a turkey leg.
Let's buy one for Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight snack, or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
All right. I will head to my room for now.
I can't unsee her as, like, being shark or whale coated.
If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
Have a good rest, Shenhe.
Mm-hmm. See you tomorrow.
Hey, isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here?
Got beautiful butterfly wings.
Let's go and say hi.
Inipyeon says she does like how straightforward she is. Yeah, it's easy to understand somebody like that. Is there a road that we should be taking rather than just, like, climbing? It does look like there's a little bit of a path. Photon Debugger thought Nipyeon meant Paimon, but no, Shenhe. Yeah, Paimon... Paimon's something. Something for sure.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhe too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Photon Debugger says, no, she meant shark-coated. No, I don't find Paimon to be shark-coated. I find Shenhe to be, like her visual design says shark or whale to me. Killer whale, maybe.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
We're gonna find out she's not an Adeptus.
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Songville says she was away from the computer and misheard this as short-coded and was really confused that we thought Shenhe was short-coded but not Paimon. Never would have guessed.
Paimon neither. This is a real surprise.
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Yeah, she dresses like a shark.
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene.
This story reminds me of playing Pokemon Conquest. So, I only played this game for one evening. I really liked it. I know why I didn't go back, but there was no, legitimate logical reason that I didn't go back. Anyway, I was a couple hours in and I was doing this tutorial for how to recruit new warriors for your strategy game for the strategy. It was a strategy game. It was about how to recruit new warriors to like use during gameplay. And they were talking about how like there are illustrious warriors that, you know, seek a master or whatever. So like you should go out and find them and recruit them. And they were like, you should go look in that cave over there. There probably is one or two living inside. And it was just like so smoothly given that like I expected to go to like a noble household to like meet a general or something. And they were like, you should just go investigate that cave. I bet they're living in there.
Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
Songgirl said that she loved the view of the city and the lanterns in the background. It is very beautiful. As ever, we have to spend time during the Genshin stream to acknowledge it. This game's visual design and art team on point. Photon says, folks love bumming in capes. Indeed they do.
That sounds so dangerous.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival, but not so her.
Songbell says a real warrior lives in a cave with a box of scraps.
That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born.
What a line. Photon says she has beef with Genshin, but the art direction is amazingly on point. What is your beef with Genshin?
One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her harm did she finally relent. She then passed out without uttering a single word.
Same.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhe might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shenhe may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
It was an anime!
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind, and she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her.
So when Shenhe talks about her master, she means...
Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day.
I think she's possessed by the spirit of sharks.
Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay.
This is very mythological.
Red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content, but they also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well.
That is okay. Homicidal is not an appropriate emotion to express.
It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, Please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows. Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control. Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
So,
Wow.
Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Oh, no wonder she doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.
Yeah, I suppose so. And then also there's the whole she longs to be violent, which is a little bit concerning. I have received a notice that the first ad is going to run in about 3 minutes. So please be aware of that. And then we're getting a hydration alert. All right, we'll pause. Where's the fish? Oh, there's the fish. All right, great. Delicious fish. I wish I could push, like, ad now, because I feel like now is a good moment for the ad. But, alas, I have the option to snooze. Where's the clock? I always think this is a compass, but it's a clock. Wait until the following day. All right. I did not wait long enough. Well, here's what we can do. We will continue, and I mean, I suppose it's going to take a minute before we get to this. We'll get to where we need to go, and then following that, we will pause, and use the restroom, get a snack, whatever it is you need to do, and then we will continue. Oh, I know what it is. So, well, I still don't know why Photon got an ad right off the bat. I don't know the answer to that. That should not have happened. But I know why we're getting an ad now, and it's that it waits 30 minutes to do the first one on my stream. And then after that, it'll be every hour. I wonder if I should have it run right away, because, like, y'all aren't here right away anyway? Okay. So I don't know if it would disturb anybody if I, like, ran the first ad immediately when I first started, you know? I have all these things that I have to think about now. It really makes you appreciate how much, like, streamers and YouTube channels, like, they actually do have quite a lot of diverse media production skills.
Hey! So, Shenhe...
Alright. Here's where we will pause. Ad is going to start in 8 seconds, and I will see you all back here very, very shortly We will return. I think an ad is running right now, but I'm not sure. Ninipyeon is just leaving. Bye, Ninipyeon. The ad running? Songvale can't confirm. Songvale has a subscription. I don't know. It told me... It told me... Okay. I've just gotten an alert that the ad is running. If you... I mean, I shouldn't say this out loud. I was gonna say, if you're getting an ad right now, like, tell me when it's over. But if you can hear me right now, you are not one of the people getting the ads, so I'll have to put that in the chat. Thank you, Songvale. This is secret subscriber only time. Let's see. What should we talk about? We could talk about elves. How is Dusk Harbor doing? He's probably disappointed that this room... I mean, I assume he likes his grandchild and half step, not step. I don't know. I assume he still cares about Lindarin, even though he's not related to Lindarin. But his son is, so that matters. But yeah, I assume Dusk Harbor's like, okay, like, the children are safe, that's good. I'm aware that people I care about you guys, but truthfully speaking, like, one of you I don't even know, so... I should have used this ad break to go get some food. I didn't, and now I think the ads should be over. On my side, it looks like they're over. Ads are done. Alright. We will continue. Back to Genshin Impact.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it?
Oh? How did you know?
We have returned.
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master.
Songville says, we were having a conversation for subscribers only about our roleplay, and she says, 2 of the children plus Renestra are safe, but he doesn't know where Vindriel is, so there's that. Yeah, plus, you know, like, Kalarian.
On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me.
We heard that you were
After
violent.
all, Master is... very talkative.
Sorry, Shenhua. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
Yeah, it's all fooled.
It's okay. I don't mind. the fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner. Because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit.
Brutal.
Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
I have an elf who's had a similar conversation, except for the fact I don't know that he felt very attached to the word friend at the beginning.
Great! Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going.
I don't think she wants to be called that.
After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll be able to take things a little more slowly. Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside.
Now
Here's
I
one for
really...
you, Shenhua. Try it. They're so good.
Now I really regret.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Now I regret not going and getting a snack during the ad break. Oops. Photon Debugger had continued that Hoyoverse is amazing with characters and world building, and that's really why she loves Honkai Star Rail. But Zenless Zone Zero's world building is amazing, but she can't really get into the gameplay, and the story is just okay. I eventually put together what the acronyms were, but I honestly don't know anything about either of those games. I remember, like, reading the premise of Honkai Star Rail and having, like, a rudimentary understanding of, like, the Traveler is from, like, another place, and, like, wondering if they were supposed to be in the same multiverse or something, because it felt like they could go together. But then I did not investigate further.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
Well, yeah, we're not in it
That's
yet.
because it's not finished.
Yeah.
Hey, Byron! And hey! People Paimon doesn't know?
One of those has been fighting enemies with us. Photon Debugger says Honkai Star Rail is turn-based and travels across the worlds in the same universe as Genshin, allegedly by the Honkai title. Okay, so I'm right. They do feel related. Zenless Zone Zero is more of just a cyberpunk story. Okay.
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
It sounds like she's built this multiple times.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch. Wait, I know you. You're the one who fought against the Fatui and Osile, right? Oh, sure enough, your reputation precedes you. Pleased to meet you. I'm Beto, captain of the Crux.
Beto? Are you here to join the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yoon, or Yoonjin, probably the most famous figure in the Lyra opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler. I'm sure you've heard of them before. And this is... sorry, I'm not sure we've met.
Why does no one ever comment on the fact that Paimon is floating?
Shenhe. I am their friend.
Good to meet you. Well, from today on, I guess all of us are friends. Miss Yoon is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plaustrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side.
Songville says that she must depart. Farewell, everyone, and that we must remember to hydrate. Goodbye, Songville. I hope it is not too difficult to earn the money for your Steam controller today. Good luck out there. Don't hit any rocks.
Wow. So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us.
I don't know how we would split up one question unless we can, use "and" to create the greatest long run-on sentence long question, and she won't have a problem with that.
Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
Sounds great, but how does it change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon.
Inipyeon says the first 3 each get a question. Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, they all have to agree on one question to ask.
The plaustrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon.
So then,
How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
but if we figure it out,
Huh.
why do we have to include
Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Let's go.
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yunjin?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Triple D. Can't stop thinking about food now. On to Omnom. Oh, these are Akita-dogs. I thought they were foxes. I was like, oh, they're very social. Alright. Very dreary day. Dawn comes and makes things beautiful again. Photon Debugger says, where are you at in Genshin story? We are exactly where you're seeing, so we're going in order. We have not yet left Liyue, but we are very close to moving on to, Inazuma. Which is why the last, like, 2 or 3 streams have been titled, I think we're going to Inazuma. And we haven't, because this side plot has taken longer than I expected. But soon we will go to Inazuma. We also say get snack. I feel like I need to play.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Yes, Photon, I am very early. I probably have talked to you about this before, where it's like I've wanted to play Genshin Impact, but then I'm like, oh, I'm already so behind, there's so much to get through, and then I just have never picked it up, which inherently means that I get more and more behind. But, you know, we've been working on it, at a rate of like 2 hours a week for a few months now. So, you know, I'm closer to being caught up than I was when I started.
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Photon says, I thought you were farther. No, that's why I've tagged this stream, newbie.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber. The types of ore needed to make Wonder Cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
I might have just happened to have looted some at some point, if they're not storyline specific.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Shoot.
Sure. Well, you'll need 2 kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium.
Photon says she's super behind in Honkai Star Rail and she's catching up right now, so she gets it. Yeah. And I will say, like, the more I play, the more likely it is that I am occasionally turning it on. I bought the phone that I did specifically for, like, the CPU in it so that I could, like, play Genshin Impact and also emulate GameCube really easily. But I have not ended up really doing that, unfortunately. It's complicated. But as I have tried to, like, figure out making that work better or being better about, like, taking out my Steam Deck, I'm slowly starting to play more and more. But when I say slowly, I mean, like, we've gone from I'm not doing it all to I'm doing it on stream once a week to now I'm doing it on stream once a week, and I have also turned it on my own time, like, once, maybe twice in the last month. So, like, my quantity of play is increasing, but slowly. But hopefully slowly means sustainably.
If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions.
Photon Debugger says, this game on phone? Playing Zenless Zone Zero on phone is miserable. Yeah, and I do have, like, a good controller and, like, a mount situation that is a little bit better, but the game is just so incredible looking that it's like, wow, I'd really rather play this on, like, a large screen where I get to see everything.
It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market.
Then where do we start?
I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Is that where you killed the god?
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain.
Shenhe is the
I
divine
hear the
damsel
view
of
there is
devastation.
quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
I've put together the pieces. She is the divine damsel of destruction. You know what's crazy to think? This might be my last time on stream playing with the controller that I am. I actually did successfully get a Steam controller, which I know I like the inputs of because I have a Steam Deck that I really enjoy. And this might be the last time. I mean, I really like this controller, but I do struggle with quickly remembering which button to hit because my controller is labeled for Switch and the inputs here are labeled for PC. Photon Debugger says, "Oh wow, congrats, the controller sold out in 30 minutes. My friend did not get it." Yeah, I got one for me, and then Songville wanted one, but like her payment kept getting declined, so I actually managed to get a second one. So I got 2 separate orders, and both of them are packed, but they are not yet shipped. So I was very lucky to be able to grab one for me and one for Songvale.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top.
Ninipion and Photon Debugger are greatly impressed by my ability to hit continue until I succeeded.
This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti. The divine damsel of devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
Shenhe.
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero. Cool! A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite!
Photon says, "Scalpers, bro, beating them." I am, yep. I beat them, and I got the 2 that I wanted, and now I don't have to buy any more.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain.
Although, if you want to hear about Scalpers getting beat, people were celebrating because they saw that Scalpers, like, initially listed the controllers for, like, $400 or $300 or something, and they must not have been selling because then, by the end of the day, the eBay listings were, like, down to, like, $150. So, like, after paying for shipping, the Scalpers were making almost nothing on those things. And there also was, like, a campaign in the Steam controller subreddit to, I guess on eBay, you're not allowed to, like, pre-sell items or something like that. So, like, scalpers who are already listing them on eBay, and who obviously do not have them in hand yet because they are not even shipped out of Valve yet, you know, are effectively running a pre-sale. So there was, like, a whole campaign in that subreddit to report all of the email listings and the eBay listings and getting them taken down, which was great.
In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me." a nasty piece of work. Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place.
He's gonna get murdered by
But the
Shenhe.
monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No, don't do it, little girl.
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor.
Murder.
Her
Woo!
extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
I'm gonna look at Shenhe.
I really like this story,
Yep, it's relatable, huh?
but I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be.
You just had the urge to murder.
I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
Because she's a murderer.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable.
True.
When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
There's so much more warmth in her voice as she delivered that line there.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon. Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron. Yeah!
Please don't splinter me. I'm not sure any of you care, but I do. I've decided that the dialogue being covered by this is annoying me, so I'm gonna move it down. Alright, there we go. Back to the gameplay. Except, I got a message on Discord. Oh, it's somebody congratulating me for becoming an affiliate. Use vision. Look for the objective. Okay. Use your eyes, they say. Use your eyes. I'm assuming these are related to the objective, although I could see them just being things to collect. What does use visions mean? Am I supposed to understand what that means? Oh, there we go. Well, that's one. I guess I will just look around. Maybe I will be able to find it. Where's another one? I feel like continuing to climb up seems like the best bet. Oh, is that it? I think that's it.
This should be enough Star Splinter Iron. Now we just need to find that Symposium.
All right.
I think I saw a
village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Let's give it a shot.
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something? Huh. He didn't seem to catch that. Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
Also, I really like your vest. Are you okay?
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here.
I have to say, this village does not look to be in good repair.
Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman.
I don't know that he does words.
If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Shenhe.
Shinho. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years?
She's here.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can find some information in the village.
I'm a little concerned by the fact that the village appears to be in complete disrepair.
This place is deserted
Except for
now.
that one building over there.
No one ever comes here. So you can rummage around all you want.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhua? Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe. Okay. Then let's see what we can find in this village.
Well, if we find any food, I really don't think you should eat a Paimon, because most likely it is rotting. We got a thing. Records of a
The
changing
remains
village.
of a god. An abandoned village. Mount Tianheng.
I wanted to read that, but then she started talking, so I thought, okay, maybe I can pause her talking. And now we've missed out. We'll have to figure out how to reread that dialogue. My apologies, folks.
Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel of devastation happened right here? In this village?
Yes.
The time frame certainly matches, so it seems we're in the right area. Let's keep looking around.
Photon debugger says no log. I don't totally know what that means. I'm hoping that we can find it in something. Is it archive? Ooh, I love this book. Wow. No, that's not it. Books? This didn't work. Photon Debugger says usually there's a dialogue log during cutscenes. That's true. But it was an item that I picked up that we're trying to read. Here? Nope, this is experience material, food, materials, gadget, quest. Records of a changing village. Okay. A branch of family exorcists used to live in the east of the village, but in around 2 weeks, the mother died of disease, the young daughter went missing, and shortly after, the father hanged himself on a tree in the yard of his own house. It has been confirmed that traces of an evil god's remains were found in the village. The villagers are panicking, as no one is certain whether the evil god's remains are gone for good. Do be careful when you are in this area. We found it. Alright, let's go find more evidence. Thought I saw sparkle. Thought I saw it. There it is.
Huh. What's this?
The doctor said you were gravely ill. Don't worry. I will give everything I have to save you. My heart bleeds whenever I see you getting wearier, your illness beyond treatment. How I wish I could suffer the pain for you. You said you had no regrets in this life, and that you only wish for me to take good care of Shenhe. But if you regret nothing, why the tears? I don't know what I've been doing lately. Though I still breathe, I feel like an empty shell. I have read all the ancient texts I could get my hands on, looking for ways to save you. But it is utterly futile. I finally found it! It was Ming Jun! He had kept the book that could save you hidden. I took it and followed his instructions to summon a god and offer a sacrifice. The god appeared. I told him that I was willing to exchange my life for yours. He kept silent and only pointed at our daughter, Shenhe. The god said her fate was to bear the curse of calamity, and that she was prone to bring harm to those close to her. The god also said that she might even have been the cause of your death. In that case, I thought that I should. I left her in the cave that the god mentioned. 3 days have passed, and still no news. I grow restless from waiting, seized by an ominous feeling. I am sorry, my love. Forgive me. You too, Shenhe. Please, forgive me. Stupid I was. How blind. Let me apologize to both of you. In person. Wow. That's a journey. Oh my goodness. Maybe this is the true story of the divine damsel of devastation.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting this strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple.
That's brutal that the opera isn't even, like, accurate. That, like, a monster came and demanded something of the village, but, like, rather that her dad was the one who... That's crazy.
And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father. Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it.
Fate rarely calls upon us at the moment of our own choosing.
Oh, it looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Although Shenhe did say that she liked the story.
But still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there.
I'm gonna take stuff.
An answer from this world?
When we next get to a pause point in the story, I must stand up and go get a snack. I can think of nothing else.
This is it!
Magic engraved on Symbrosium does not wear off easily. Some believe the stone to be a bridge between the living and the dead. However, finding Symbrosium is no easy matter. You need to be at the right place at the right time. Legend has it that you may find Symbrosium if you stand in the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianyang at dusk and look in the direction of the setting sun.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Subrosium!
There we go.
Let's go back and tell Shenhe the news!
Alright. This is an intense story, I have to say.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story ended.
Yikes.
I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Happy day.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay.
Okay is a strong
I'll tell
word,
you
but
more
okay.
about the old times next time we meet.
So I wonder if she was always, like, really violent, or if it was the trauma of the situation with her dad that made her really violent. Has anyone caught that detail? Have they said?
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shenhe, look. This tells us how to find Subrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts, so I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society.
I also think that the power of story is to inspire us to be better versions of ourselves and to make the world a better, more moving, more meaningful, more good place. So, to me, in the truest form of, I played white version where I was the hero of ideals rather than the hero of truth. I think the things that inspire us and encourage us to move our society more in that direction are more important than the facts. So, good to see that Shenhe is on the same side.
So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go!
What the heck, Paimon?
We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Not impressed. Alright, I am going to pause here for just a minute. I really need to get a little bit of a snack or a meal. So that is what I am going to do. Photon Debugger says, late, but I think it's definitely some trauma and maybe something to do with the influence of the monster, maybe. Yeah, that could be. Like, the monster is possessing her, is related to her in some way. That would make sense to me, too. I will be right back. I'll bring it back here. Not so that y'all can hear it, but so that I can continue to chit-chat with all y'all. I'll be right back. Ham oatmeal. It will take just a moment, though, for me to get a couple bites in, and then I'll pick up that controller and we will hop back to... Oh, oatmeal, yep. I don't tend to like it in, like, the sugary form. Oatmeal cookies are good, but when I discovered I could use oatmeal like mashed potatoes, that's what I got into. The one thing I'm excited for with Steam controller, I hope, specifically for this game, I hope I can easily switch to the cursor, and that makes it a lot easier to manage stream when I need to over in OBS. Ooh, a statue. This statue is beautiful. Red 3D print this. The sparkle. The bird eggs. We need to go up there. Okay. Ooh, a chest. Oh.
Power that ended Python!
I don't know if electricity is weak to, or sorry, if water is effective.
Where have you been hiding?
No. Water is weak to electricity in this game, but it seemed like it made sense to me. And indeed, it did seem very, very effective. All the way up top or right here? I think it's right here. I keep thinking I see, like, movement in the chat, and then I look down and there isn't, and I'm wondering, like, what is the flickering at the bottom of my vision? What's causing that? Go to the middle of the lake and look there at sunset. wait until evening. Alright? Please stand still. And we look to the west. Alright? Let's go ahead and wait until that sunset time. I'm not struggling, you are. Photon Debugger says eyelashes, and I have not the slightest clue what she is talking about. That's gorgeous.
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Yao, was it?
What brings you here?
I just saw you chilling, dude.
Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea?
Didn't we solve that problem already?
Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own.
This is very foreboding.
Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Huh. Okay. A little bit concerning. Hopefully everything's gonna be fine. We'll get this she here real quick. I think it's coming here, ultimately. I'm correct, huzzah! Statue restored.
A reward on the road.
Okay. And how far away is Master Zhang? Does it make more sense, honestly, to teleport? Yes, it does. And you know what we can do while we're on the loading screen? Chicken and pork oatmeal. Wow. Alright, that loading screen was very, very fast. Please hold while I get a mouthful of chicken and pork oatmeal.
Oh, goodness.
We got it.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran
think it
into
got
a
canceled a
bit
while
of a
ago.
brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the wonder cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
He has a key to their house, so we can go in and take their socks and stuff.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you, and I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
That's how I feel when I'm talking to people, too.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
Master Zhang and Shenhe start making the Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
No skill problems here.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
I do have an alert that there will be an ad in 2 minutes and 53 seconds. On the one hand, I'm like, didn't we just do this? But no, I guess we last did this an hour ago. I think what I'm going to do in the future is I will do an ad that opens the stream when, like, none of y'all are even here yet. And then we should only get really one ad break in the middle of a 2-hour session. Photon Debugger says, gasp, not an ad. I have the sense that you are a lot less bothered by ads than I am, and I appreciate that. Photon says they annoy her, but she can tolerate it. Well, thank you for tolerating them for me. I really thought that, like, it was my option to have them, you know, on and generating revenue, or just completely off. And, no. No, it's not. So that's rough. I do know, like, Songville pointed out that I could stream, like, on Twitch, or not Twitch. Obviously I could stream on Twitch, I'm doing that right now. I could stream on YouTube, where it's much easier to ad block. So if people wanted to do that, they could. But given that I have not even set up the Tomacam yet, I'm sure that you can imagine how well it's going to look into simultaneous streaming across different platforms. I also know that, like, at least during certain eras of time, cross-platform streaming has been, like, against maybe Twitch's terms of service. I'm not sure. So I don't know. I don't know if that's allowed. At the same time, I'm so tiny, I don't know. I don't know how they would find out. Except for the fact that I just said on stream that I might do it. But you won't miss anything. I do see that the ad will be starting here in about 15 seconds. During that time, you know, I'll hang out, I'll wait.
Close.
And if you don't get the ad, I guess we can have secret chat time about a wholesome topic of your choice. What should we do? Maybe we'll clear out the stuff While we wait for people to come back. I think I should get dizzy. Inipyeon says she's got no ad again. Alright, well, what would you like to chat about then? Songvale got to pick last time. We picked elves. Inipyeon says, okay, maybe not stream worthy, but I wait in suspense. I will check in on one of my tamas while we wait. I wait with bated breath to see what she wishes to share with me. I did not mean to hit wish. Part of me is almost tempted to, like, pull for this one, since, you know, we got exactly what we wanted on this one. But I guess we probably will not get so lucky a second time, you know? Inipyeon says that her work has changed their early registration perks, and now we have to call early registration people VIPs. Like, people had already registered and they changed the perks. I feel like that's illegal. I don't think you're allowed to change the deal on people who have already signed up for something. I could be wrong. It's a big yikes. I'm sorry you're dealing with an employer who wants to do that. Are the perks, like, for the better, or did they change them for the worse? Inipyeon says it hasn't happened yet, but the perk used to be waiving the registration fee. Oh no. The perk is now, like, a napkin that we wrote thank you on. Inipyeon is saying the registration fee is $35. Oh, that kind of thing annoys me so much. I was looking into doing, like, dance or martial arts in my area, and, like, the cost of the classes and the fees to register and whatever just made me go, you know what? I don't know that I'm gonna like this, but I'm not willing to spend the money. So instead of some money, they got no money from me. Alright, ad should be done. Photon confirms that it is done. Inipyeon says now they do have to pay the fee, but they'll get a one-time discount on the on a piece of clothing, discount on renting the building, discount on holding a birthday party. Not worth it, emo. Yeah, like, that would be a valuable thing if they were, like, a renter of the space, but for the average, like, parent, that's just not gonna get used. Which is good for your your boss, in a way, because he makes more money, but, like, I don't know. That's not a good way to show that you appreciate the people who register with you over and over. Inipyeon says, only very, very few people will find the new perks useful instead of saving $35. Yeah, which I assume, like, was your boss's thought, that it's like, I can say that there's perks, except for the fact that they're useless, and actually I just make more money. Ninipion says unless they really, really value just being called VIP. Yeah, that sucks. So annoying that people need to do more and more to make money. I realize, which is sort of humorous in, like, a realm where, like, this is the first affiliate stream and now there's ads, but that's frustrating. I'm sorry.
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners.
Bywin calls for the participants to gather.
I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the prostrate yet!
Indeed, that's why you lost.
I can't believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
When people say that, I always suspect I'm gonna get, like, jumped or harmed in some other way.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first! This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Yeah, it was a month or so, I think. Bywin leads me to the Jade Chamber.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky.
Elegantly, without danger.
Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber?
I have to pause for a moment to talk about Ningguang's design. I love the cloak. I love her hair. I love her little hair, like, spike piece. Like, I don't think I would be comfortable wearing that outfit, but I have to say, I love that outfit.
The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
Ninipion says she's not a big fan of her herself, for no particular reason, but she is peak design.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
I do agree that I feel like the voice actress could bring something else to it. Like, she seems very detached, but not, like, necessarily super, super elegant. There's a little bit of, like, a robotic quality to it. So that voice acting could be improved. I feel like you mentioned that one of her voices in Chinese or Japanese is better. I don't remember which one you said it was.
Oh, a traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question?
Where's my sister?
I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well, guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Because you don't have a sense of tact or an understanding of how other people think.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Paimon, take her up on that. You can get a job here, and I'll go on without you.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Moro, we just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Oh my gosh.
Me?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging.
That is an interesting question, I think, about belonging and inclusivity. Because I run into this a lot where, like, spaces are like, everyone is welcome, but part of the problem is not per se that, like, the way I am is unwelcome, so much as, like, the way other people are making me feel like I don't want to be there, or I don't fit in, or I'm not comfortable. And so it's interesting to think about that, like, inclusivity is not just about, like, you can't have a space that's inclusive of absolutely everyone, because inherently there will be people, once you get to a certain size within that space, that just are not comfortable around one another's true selves. So a big part of having a space that is inclusive for yourself is about being compatible with the space you find. That isn't on the space's job to change, but, like, whether or not you can find the part of yourself that belongs there. And I feel like that's very difficult, and people don't talk about that.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason.
Preach.
Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I almost regret talking in the middle of that, like, as much as I was like, yeah, retweet. I feel like clipping that is exactly how I feel a lot of the time in many of the spaces I attempt to be in, including at work.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou, Ningguang, what are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
Oh no. We have 15 minutes left. Are we about
When
to
I
commit crime?
first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Tevat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Yeah, like, there's just not enough power to her voice, I think. Oh boy, here we go again. I'm gonna go drop it on him again.
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who's that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beto sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone.
I have brought rock lasers. I really like the appearance of this dragon. It's very pretty. Got a nice fairy quality.
All hands! Tsunami incoming!
Not good. Not a good time to be on a boat.
What's that?
Or a floating house. Or in a harbor. Everything about this is very, very bad. Yeah, shoot at it. That'll work. I'm not sure what my plan was there.
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least
dad
if
was
you
a jerk.
die, I can bring her back.
Wow.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
I feel like other people had told her that she wasn't appropriate for human society because we really didn't see anything prior to this moment that made me feel that way. I did not know how we were going to solve this problem, so I'm glad that she had an idea. Ninipyeon says that I forgot about Shenhe being murderous. I guess that's fair. They really have not shown her trying to kill anybody. They just told us that she was very strong and very dangerous. But I guess, yeah, like the day that she learns to stop wanting to kill people and start wanting to protect people, that's when she's
taking this risk.
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help you!
Unleash! Obey!
Oh, I see. I was like, wow, this is going to be a really simple and easy fight, but I see. Oh, now there's 3 of them. Okay.
Manifest!
So is there going to be more and more, increasingly? Hopefully there will only ever be 3. I don't know if I can manage more than 3.
Unleash! Obey! Manifest! Obey! Cryo incarnate! Manifest!
So I think we've taken this head almost all the way down. 2 more to go.
Body and mind, witness the power of Gwa. Time to act. Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate.
Alright, so that's not very effective. I guess let's try electricity. That's maybe doing a little bit more.
Disappear!
Didn't do very much damage for very long. It was a poorly timed use of my skill. I apologize to all the pro gamers watching who are physically pained by this experience. I will get better slowly. At some point.
Obey! Manifest! I shall not yield!
Come on, come back up. Something that needs to be smacked. Indiepion says, well, because she changes because of the red ropes. That's true, yeah. I feel like maybe if we had had more flashbacks that just showed her doing something, or something, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that she couldn't function in human society with her red ropes, you know?
In your dreams!
Ow, okay, that's not what I wanted.
Unleash! Obey!
Did I just win? No. Yes? No, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Oh, I killed probably 2 out of 3. So now more mechanics are happening.
Unleash!
We did it!
She's getting away! Shouldn't we go after her?
No.
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue
leave her alone.
pursuing her.
Let her go home.
If the place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back.
Alright. Well, what do we think? Is that a good place to wrap it up for today? We have definitely achieved something. Maybe next time we will see Inazuma. Are you okay?
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me.
Well, we're friends.
Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
A million strong.
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Just like the hero in the story.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
That's called friendship.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
That would have
One
been
has
amazing.
observed your adaptation of the Guizhong ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking.
Yikes.
You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time. Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
Okay for the gods to continue to watch
While
me.
the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child. In fact, one has many fond memories of Shenhe's childhood that she may be interested to hear about.
There'll be no need for that.
No, I'll hear them.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall
That's
be
so
going
sad.
homeward now.
You can't say that to your mother.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Goten Debugger says, wow, she really wanted to spill tea. Yeah, that was sweet. That was very sweet. I know it is time for me to go, but I feel like we have like one final thing to watch. So I think we're gonna go and do it. Ooh, not to Lucius get Jade. I'll take some of that for myself. Alright, to the Jade Chamber for what I assume is the end. Oh, it's time for the opera, Ninipyeon says. All right. We shall watch this beautiful moment.
Wow! Everyone's already seated! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one. I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now.
Ninipyeon says that Chinese opera is not her cup of tea, but this is still cool. I'm excited to see what Chinese opera is like. I feel like when I've seen clips of different kinds of like European opera, like it's a lot of standing with very impressive singing, but I really like storytelling and I'm not able to discern any form of storytelling happening, so it's usually not my thing either. So I'll be curious to see what Chinese opera is like, as well as how it is rendered in this game.
I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
Hey, look! Ms. Yun is going on stage!
神女披冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。知道为你言不实，自有知音多情词，功名烈烈见了心，只知无愁心。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
I didn't want to interrupt that photon debugger, but I agree.
Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
That was beautiful. I am not necessarily a super big fan of the high-pitchedness of that singing, but the whole presentation of that cutscene was incredible. That was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Exactly,
Paimon
Paimon.
wants to learn too.
God, no. Your
It
voice
was
is high
wonderful.
enough.
Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Pound says she doesn't mind the pitch, but she doesn't care for the nasaliness. Maybe that's what I'm hearing. It's just, it's very shrill. You're right. High-pitched could be okay. Maybe it's the nasal quality that's sort of cutting through me. But, again, like, as a whole piece, as a whole presentation, that was beautiful.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you.
Oh my god, drunk dude.
Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an Adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chair, all right. We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
No. Drunk people make me feel very nervous.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shenhu's back to her old self again.
Oh my goodness. Pound says that she loves that guy's voice acting. Shenhe says no, very, very clearly.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
I mean, we can't kill him, but I do agree that telling him off was completely appropriate. Quest complete. Crane returns on the wind. And let's see. In the quest... What do we have to complete? Why? Why? Okay. Alright. I want to be able to start next time, like, right in. So we're gonna teleport to Mondstadt and see if I can just, like, talk to her one time. And then next time, Inazuma. Like, Inazuma, Inazuma, Inazuma. Pound says it's great because in one of the Lantern Rite quests, we gotta help Gaming reconcile with his dad. Did that happen in the Lantern Rite quest I did this year? I saw zone in, and then it went to another loading screen. Okay, good. Why do we let these people in? I don't think we should let them in. And they set up Shenhe speaking with Cloud Retainer. No, it was 2 years ago. I see. Is this going to be an event that I can play through when I get to it, or is that one, like, gone for good then?
Traveler, please, over here. It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly?
More companions would be nice.
Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
No.
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
It's okay, I've got Google.
Yes, I do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. There it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
Inipyeon says, during that event, Cloud Retainer is like, remember the good times we had? And Shenhe is generally like, yes, when you made me push that boulder up the hill. And Kaming's dad is just aghast.
Blonde. Dress is all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before.
That's not a nice thing to say about me, Paimon.
Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look anything like his?
Hmm? Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger...
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? That just can't prove that you're related anyway.
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaya. Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead. After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's requests. And should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey.
But if he's already rejected the guild...
Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now.
Well, all right then. So about that stranger.
Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about that stranger. I wish you every success, adventurer.
Alright, did that unlock Inazuma? Please. Please. Oh my goodness. No! Alright, well... Next time, I guess, we meet... Dainsleif. Is he related to me? Is he my dad? Well, I guess next time we'll work on this then. No more Inazuma. You know, maybe we'll get to Inazuma by June, July, sometime in August. We'll get there eventually. Inipyeon says no, but he knows my sister. I see. Interesting. I assume, like, we've heard of him if we have progressed in, like, the current patch story. Then we have already heard of him. I feel like this is my big critique of Genshin Impact, like, beyond the leveling being not super easy to understand, where it's like you kind of just use auto, but it feels very, like, spammy and like you're not supposed to read or understand anything. That's one of my critiques of Genshin Impact. But the other one is that, like, coming in late, it's giving me story things out of order. And I do not care for that. But, well, next time we'll still get to spend some time here together. Thank you once again for joining us for Genshin Thursday. Tomorrow will be a Friday Variety. Might be RuneScape, might be drawing, might be a Zelda game on Switch too. Not sure. Let's see. Inipyeon says no. Dainsleif only shows up during these mid-story quests until Nod Cry, where he's in the actual story. Okay, so he is we're supposed to meet him at this point. Like, this is canonically the right point in the storyline for this character to be introduced. Inipyeon says can't be Genshin. It could be Genshin if I particularly feel like it. The benefit of Variety is that I get to stream some things that I don't otherwise stream, so, like, I'm kind of trying to stay away from it being WoW and Genshin, but if I wake up feeling like Genshin, it could be Genshin. Good to hear, though, that this actually is happening where it's supposed to in the story, because I felt like it wasn't, and this was coming out of nowhere. So, alright. Well, I will catch you all again soon. As of right now, we are not planning on implementing 2000 Tuesdays quite yet, because I'm just not sure about having 4 days a week of planned streams. Although, I don't know, I could do like an every other week thing, where it's like 1 week we do 2000s Tuesdays, and then the other week we do like Variety. I don't know. We'll think about it, but thank you all for being here, and I will Catch you in the next stream. You are most welcome for stream, Photon. I will see you again soon. Goodbye, Ninny Pion. Have a good one.